Hello, how are you today? I'm Barbara from Inside Out Radiance Health Coaching. I'm a mind and body health coach, certified with the Institute for the Psychology of Eating, and I'm also a holistic nutritionist, trained with the College of Naturopathic Medicine and in practice since 2007. In this video, I'm going to talk to you about natural skincare because, let's face it, having great skin can help us achieve and retain that youthful glow and radiance that we all crave. And beauty is definitely more than skin deep, as skin is often used to diagnose and evaluate various health issues. Skin problems can affect our confidence too. And I can talk about this both from professional as well as personal experience, having suffered with persistent acne on my forehead for a couple of years as a teen. So, who am I? And why am I talking about your largest body organ? Because yes, skin is actually an organ. And more importantly, how can you make your skin work with you rather than against you? I'm Barbara, your health coach with a twist. And my mission is to help people like you maintain or reclaim the radiant health and well-being that is your natural birthright. And that's because I firmly believe that we all deserve to live our lives shining our light as brightly as possible, and that looking after our physical and emotional well-being are the key aspects to showing up in the world as our best selves. So, without any further ado, let's talk about skin. According to traditional Chinese medicine, there is a link between skin and lungs, as well as the large intestine, and imbalances in either of those organs can have a negative impact on the condition of the skin. It's really interesting to observe that people who present with asthma, for example, will often also have issues like eczema and digestive problems, such as food intolerances or gut issues. And I saw it with my own son when he was little, as well as with quite a few nutrition therapy clients over the years. And in many cases, working on cleaning up that person's diet, on improving their gut health, and also on increasing their oxygen uptake, can lead to great shifts in the health and appearance of the skin. Another point of interest, and this time it's from the Western medicine perspective, is that skin is an organ of elimination and that it's closely linked with the liver and the detoxification process. And this is probably something many of us experience when overindulging in too much alcohol and processed food, especially if sugar or meat-based, and then having the skin flare up the following day. Can you relate to that? I think it's true for many of us. I myself have been often complimented on my skin over the years, and some people even express this belief that I recently turned 50. I can't believe it myself on some days, but there you go, I am actually 50 now. And I'm always grateful for the kind words, but I also explain that I attribute my good skin to the fact that I have been practicing clean eating for years, that I consume lots of plant foods, drink green smoothies, take supplements, do regular bowel cleanses, that I never smoked, that I'm almost teetotal, and that I mainly use natural skincare products on my face. So it's clear to see that one of the best ways of addressing our skin health is by having a really close look at what we eat and making it as natural as possible. This means eliminating or at least significantly reducing the amount of processed foods, artificial flavours, colorings and preservatives from our diet, and eating foods that are as fresh and as close to the naturally occurring state as possible. This could mean learning to cook from scratch for those who are still over-reliant on ready meals. For others, it could be about learning to identify and replace any potential foods they may be allergic or intolerant to. And yet for another group, maybe it's about upgrading their eating habits to include more raw food and organically grown food. And whichever category you fall in, you can definitely benefit from looking at what you eat if you want your skin to be more radiant. If you're struggling to know where to start, a home spa guide I have produced recently may be a good reference point, as it contains several recipes for really tasty and nutritionally balanced meals, which you can enjoy during your home spa or on any other day of the year. And to get your own copy of it and see the recipes, simply go to And if you wondered what else might be making your skin act weird, think about stress. Stress can actually diminish digestion and absorption, and therefore affecting the availability of various nutrients to your body. It can also lead to increased use of various minerals and other nutrients by the nervous system, therefore creating nutritional deficiencies. Chronic stress can also lead to reduced immune function of the whole body, including the skin. And this in turn can result in inflammatory and allergic skin conditions, slow wound healing, and accelerated skin aging. But you can rapidly bust your stress through some simple food and lifestyle changes without having to take away your favorite foods. So imagine adding in these lovely 3 things on a daily basis. Number 1, foods that are rich in magnesium, such as nuts and green leaves, and these will relax you in no time at all. Number 2, a dance to your favorite song to get your energy moving, to release feel-good hormones, stop stress hormones in the track. Number 3, wake up to a new you. Do a 3-minute visualization exercise during which you imagine your day going exactly as you want it to, with joy in your heart. And by the way, if you are new to mindfulness and would like more tips on how it can help you de-stress, remember that you can grab your free home spa guide and turn straight to the mindfulness section. Just go to tinyurl.com/radiance spa guide now. So now let's talk about some practical aspects of skincare. As demonstrated in nicotine and contraceptive patches, your skin is absorbent, and some absorbed substances can affect us on systemic level. By that, I mean they can be absorbed into the bloodstream. And the longer you're exposed to these substances, the more they can be absorbed. So be careful about what you soak in or what creams you use, because there are some substances that could be harmful with prolonged exposure. You don't want allergic reactions or hormonal dysregulation just because something smells nice. If you're interested in researching this more, check out formaldehyde, SLS, mercury, fragrance or perfume, and parabens and their effects on the body. So now that we know what we don't want in our skincare products, let's talk about what we do want. If you're prone to allergies, look out for any labeling indicating that the product is hypoallergenic, which means that even if there are some synthetic ingredients in it, they are less likely to produce allergic reactions in your skin. An even better option, if you can afford it, is actually organic skincare. I'm also all for the current revival of old-fashioned home pampering with fresh ingredients, which you likely already have in your kitchen, just like our mums and grannies used to do. And actually, growing up in communist Poland in the 1980s, I can remember doing myself as a teenager because we just didn't have access to anything else. And even though I felt envious of those women who had it all in other countries, it actually turns out I was doing my skin a huge favour. While they were causing untold damage by slathering chemical sludge on the beautiful faces, I was actually tapping into nature's own bounty, and my skin certainly reaped the benefits of it. So now that you know why natural beauty is good for you, I'm not going to leave you hanging. I've made you a few fast and simple skincare recipes so you can get baby soft skin within minutes in my holistic home spa guide. So pause me, grab your own copy of my guide at tinyurl.com/radiance spa guide, and then come back to this video once you're ready, because we will be making a couple of simple beauty recipes together right now. So right now we are going to scrub our skin with oatmeal to get rid of dead skin cells, and then use a simple enzymatic mask of papaya to nourish and further exfoliate. And by the time we're finished, we'll look shiny and new. And just a word of caution, there is some evidence pointing to the fact that eating unripe or partially ripe papayas may negatively influence fertility and cause uterine contractions. So if you are trying for a baby or are already pregnant, then let someone else eat the papaya leftovers once you've scooped out your mask. But now let's talk about oats. When you eat oats, you'll get hours of sustained energy. You will lower your cholesterol, your cardiovascular system be stronger, and your immunity be better too. But did you also know that they are great for your skin, whether it's already good and just needs a polish, or if you have eczema type conditions? And in fact, there is an old naturopathic remedy to instantly soothe irritated skin. And what you need to do is just put 2 or 3 cups of oatmeal in an old nylon stocking or a pair of tights, and then tie them up and put them in a running bath, and run the water obviously, and soak in the bath for at least 20 minutes, then dispose of the stocking or the tights in the bin. And I did this treatment for my son when he had chickenpox, and it significantly eased the itching. So now you know some of oatmeal's superpowers, let's release our inner Goldilocks. Your scrub is dead simple to make, as all you need is some porridge oats and a coffee grinder. And if you don't have a grinder, try a blender or an old-fashioned bag and rolling pin. So what you need to do is first fill the coffee grinder halfway up with porridge oats, and then pulse them until they are finely ground to a flour-like texture. And the next thing you need to do is put the ground oats in a plain or decorative container with a lid or a screw top, and you can label them if you want, and it will be easier to use the scrub next time. So I'm going to pulse some oatmeal. I've got some oats prepared here in the bowl, and I'm just going to put some of them in my coffee blender. I'll fill it, like I said. If you wanted to make a larger quantity, you can do more than that, but that's more than enough for what we need for today. already going to have some left over for later. Right, and just pulse it very quickly. So that's oatmeal pulsed, and I'm just now going to put it in the container, which I've got ready with the lid. And then when you're ready to use it, you need to take about 1 to 2 teaspoons of the powder, put in your hands and mix it with a small amount of tepid water. And you can use mineral water if you want. And then rub it into your face, avoiding your eyes, and rinse really well afterwards. And I'm also going to get our enzymatic papaya mask prepared, so I'm just going to scoop out a little bit of flesh into the cup, trying to avoid the seeds, because yeah, that's not a lot there already. I've done about 3 teaspoons. And now I'm just going to mash the flesh. Make sure the papaya is ripe, otherwise you might struggle to mash it. And just be patient. There'll probably be still some lumps left. It doesn't matter too much, as long as you manage to mash it a little bit. You will release some juice as well, so you're going to have to be careful when you do it, so you don't get it all over yourself. So it's roughly mashed now, and it's looking like this. So I'm mixing the oats now. It's gone a little bit gooey, but it doesn't matter. Actually, I might put it back in there. No. I think it would be easier to mix it in a bowl rather than just try and do it in my hand. So, a bit like playing with Play-Doh. Right, so it's a bit sticky. I've probably done a little bit more than what you would need normally, but it's just to make sure you can see exactly what needs to happen. Right, so maybe add a little bit more water so it's easier to spread in the face. Just a tiny little bit more. Okay, and I'm ready to put on my face now. So you may want to put your hair back, tie it or clip it or something so it doesn't get in the way. And just start working it all the way into your face, as you would do with your regular soap or face wash or whatever you use to scrub and clean your face regularly. And just be careful with the eye area. You don't get anything in your eyes. And use small circular movements to help rub it into the skin. I've got a bit of nice tape. I should have probably clipped my hair, but that'll do. No. So really working it into my skin. And it feels really lovely and refreshing already. My skin used to be quite oily when I was very young, but it's got a bit drier. I wouldn't say it's dry, but drier as I got older. And just as I'm doing this and scrubbing, I'm putting the goodness from the oats on my face. I can feel the skin hydrating more already, and it just feels really nice. It feels quite soothing. And it's very gentle, unlike some of the other scrubs you might use. And even if you get a little bit on your mouth, like I just did now, it doesn't matter so much because it's food effectively, so there's nothing that is not edible that's going to cause you a problem. Right, so I reckon I've probably done that enough now. Not the most attractive look at the moment, but the skin will definitely look better afterwards when it's done. So you can also rub it into your neck while you're doing this face. I'm not going to do it for the time being because of where I'm recording, so I don't want to get all over myself. But if you're doing this in the bath or in the bathroom, something like that, make sure you put some on your neck too as well. I have done some, but probably I would have done more if I was doing it in the bath. So that's most of the scrub used now. So if you're following along with me, doing it as you're watching the video, I would encourage you to pause it right now and give yourself time to wash that scrub off your face. I'm back. I've washed my face off, but I managed to get some mask, some of the scrub on my hair because it's still on my neck. So I would suggest that maybe pull the hair, if you've got long hair like me, pull it back really well if you don't want to end up with some of the scrub in your hair as well as in your face. So I'm going to do the mask in a minute. Right, so now your skin is gently scrubbed. Let's remove even more dead cells to light you up even more with your natural enzymatic beauty mask. And this recipe is even more simple than the last one. So you can put away your rolling pin away now. And what you need to do is just grab a ripe papaya and remove, then mash about 2 teaspoons of juicy ripe flesh. And then you need to apply the mask to your face, spreading it evenly, and then leave it to work its magic for about 10 to 20 minutes. And once it's done, you just need to rinse it off thoroughly and apply your usual moisturizer afterwards. And by the way, eating papayas is really great for naturally increasing your body's ability to digest proteins, and that's due to the high content of the enzyme called papain. So make sure you devour the leftover flesh. Also, the papaya seeds are edible and offer many health benefits, some of which include the anti-inflammatory and anti-parasitic action. They also have a slightly peppery taste, so that could be added to the salads or dried and put into a pepper mill. And I'm now going to demo doing the mask. So I'm going to put some water in here for rinsing off afterwards, and I've got flannel ready. The papaya is already mashed. I took my jacket off and I tied my hair because, as I explained earlier, it got a little bit messy. So I'm just going to, it looks like this. I'm just going to work it into my skin. It's a little bit more messy than doing a regular skin mask, beauty mask. And it probably doesn't help that I'm doing it sitting down, because ideally you'd be doing it while you're lying in a bath or somewhere like that, so you haven't got stuff falling off your face. But just for the demonstration purposes, this is probably as good as we're going to get. Oops. Yeah, I definitely could do with lying in the bath and doing this, because then you're in a better position to stop the juice going down your face. And again, like with the oat mask, oat scrub, I can feel already, even just as I'm rubbing into my skin, I can feel my skin really lapping up all the moisture, the vitamins and all the goodness from it, and it just coming alive. And it smells delicious as well, absolutely beautiful. Like I was explaining with the oats earlier, you want to work it into your neck and décolleté as well. I'm not going to do it now because obviously I'm not in the bath and I'm wearing some clothes. I don't want to make even more mess than I'm making already. But you get the idea of what I'm trying to do. This feels really good. Gosh, I should do it more often. It feels really indulgent. So once you're happy with your mask, that you've applied enough and spread it thoroughly on your skin. As I said, I'm not doing a very good job of it in this position, but I'm sure you can do better than me. Yeah, just relax with it in your bath or wherever you are doing it for about 10 to 20 minutes. So if you want to, you can pause me again and come back to this video after you're done. I've had my mask on for about 10 minutes now, and because I was doing in front of the camera, I didn't go lie down, so I have to keep massaging it to stop it from sliding down. But it felt really lovely, it felt really, really moisturising, and I can really feel it working its way into my skin and just kind of making it feel more alive again. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to quickly rinse that off now, hopefully without making too much of a mess. It's gone all over myself. So I've got a flannel and some water. So I'm going to cook that off my face first and then rinse the. I can really feel the difference in my skin now. Just feels so nice and fresh. Yeah, I think so. That's most of it off my skin now. And I'm just going to disappear for a moment to put some face cream on. So I've washed my facial mask off. The skin feels amazing. I had to also change my top because I managed to get some papaya down it. But never mind, it was worth it, and I'm sure it will wash off. And yeah, it feels really, really good. Let me know in the comments how shiny your skin is now, and whether the free bursts turn up to finish off your porridge. But do remember to pamper yourself at home even further with your very own free Radiant Spa Guide, which you can get at tinyurl.com/Radiant Spa Guide. See you soon. Radiant blessings. I'm just going to devour the rest of the papaya now because it's just so lovely.